Hey guys, what's up? The Fish here, back again. This time we're going to be starting a new series. We're going to be playing Banished. Now, Banished is a city builder game, but unlike most city builder games, it has no combat. The goal of the game is just to survive a hostile environment. And it's really fun. It's made by Shining Rock Software, and I was really hyped for its release back in February. I was planning on doing an LP of it then. However, when it came out, it quickly became apparent that everybody and their mother on YouTube was doing a Let's Play of it, so I decided to wait. But I'm going to be starting now. I'm going to be starting a period of time where we really only play sandboxy, relaxing type games. It's going to take a break from the storyline-driven games for a while, and we're going to be playing Banished. So, let's begin a new game, and we'll randomly generate a town name. Riddle sex. Nah. Let's see. Lovers. Saucy. Glovejoy. Oh dear. Some of these names. Dormunk. There must be a good one in here somewhere. Come on. Alright, let's just hit it a bunch of times and we'll take whatever comes out. Bead. Alright. Get a nice random seed. We're going to be playing the valleys, large, fair climate, disasters on. We're going to be using the hard starting conditions. So we start with less people, less supplies. But for me, the key part is you don't start with any pre-made buildings. On medium, the storage barn has already been built, and you already have seeds for farming. We don't want any of that. We want to start from scratch. We want to be hardcore. Now, it's worth mentioning, I've only played about 9 hours of this game, and most of my colonies don't last. Colonies. Been playing too much RimWorld. Most of my towns don't last, so this will probably be no different, but we will try. I'll do my best, and if everybody starves to death in the first year, then I guess we'll just start over. It's fine. It's no big deal. It's only lives. Who cares about lives, right? You might have noticed the little loading thing down at the bottom there said suppressing goblins. There are no goblins in the game. There are no fighting, no combat at all. But that's kind of what I like about the game. It's kind of relaxing for the most part until a massive fire breaks out and your whole city burns to the ground. That can be pretty stressful. As can tornadoes. But for the most part, it's relaxing. Alright, so I'm just going to pause it here. We're going to take a look at our starting area. So these are our little villagers. You can see from the icon over their heads, they are homeless. We currently don't have any homes for our villagers. This is quite a nice map, really big, flat, open area. A nice lake in the middle, I like that. Oh, it's a bit jittery. It's weird, the FPS is staying at 60, but it's jittering. Weird. Let's do some things first. We're going to do some housekeeping. I remember where it is. We're going to turn on some windows just to help us see what's going on. Those will do for now. So we have our overview panel. This tells us the weather, the time of year, what sort of stuff we have. It's very useful. We really need that one. We have our event log, so we'll see when people are dying and being born and stuff down here. We have our professions window. We'll be fiddling around with this quite a lot, especially in the early game, as we shuffle people around from one job to another. Right, first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna figure out where we're gonna spend our effort building shit. It's kind of unfortunate we can't get onto this river here easily. But I think our main area is going to be right around here because it's a big, nice, sexy, wide open, flat area. Right, first thing we're going to do, when I remember where everything is, we're going to build a hunter's cabin. Now it's important we build the hunter's cabin in the woods. The more woods that are surrounding the hunter's cabin, the more successful they will be in their hunting. So I'm going to put it right about there. And we'll also get a gatherer's hut. Now hunting and gathering are going to be your staple in the early game. They're going to be what make up most of your food. And we're also going to throw in a forester's lodge. Where are those buildings at? Is that both of them? There. Throw in a forester's lodge. They will just make sure the tree population is managed, make sure we always have plenty of trees in that area. Like I say, trees are important for the constructions. I can't see where we've been placing anything. We're going to throw in some houses as well. Let's put these on the other side. So we can find where the gap is between the two. There it is. So I think we start with 4 families. So we'll build 4 houses. They will work in those jobs once they're built. But we're gonna need to gather some resources so we can actually build these. Is that all the resources? It's not marking the trees. Just make sure we get everything. Let's clear that area, and that should give us enough resources to start our construction. Let's unpause the time. We'll pump it up to 5 times normal speed. You can go up to 10 times, but that's a little fast. Especially since I want to talk a little bit about what's on screen. Well, they're kind of loud. So up here you see we have our town name, Feed. We have 15 homeless people. Oh, and one of our children has just become an adult. Cool. We have our current season and year. So it's early spring in year 1. We have our number of adults, students, children. That gets important later. It's currently 8 degrees and sunny. Actually throw some builders in there so they can start building. We don't have any stored logs. We don't have any stored stone. We don't have any stored iron. We do have some firewood. We don't have any coal. We do have some tools. We have a little bit of food. We have a little bit of medicine. And we have a handful of clothes. No beer. Everyone's healthy. And everybody's happy. Now I think that 12,000 food, or 1,200 food, won't be enough to feed our guys. So it's very important we get the hunter's cabin and the gatherer's hut built really quickly here. Everybody's going to get some food. It's fine. Let's throw some more builders on. Now we can use the priority tool, except I don't remember where it lives. And since I can't find it, we don't get to use it. Is that it? No? I don't remember where the priority tool is. So that's tough. We can't prioritize stuff. Come on, go build. Why aren't any of you building? Well, you know what it probably is? They're probably... because the building sites are covered in shit, they're probably waiting for somebody to move it. But there's nowhere to move it to. So let's build a little bit of a stockpile over here, like that. Also throw in some dirt roads. There, this is going to be our first little village. Now hopefully we can get some more laborers. We'll start moving the shit out of the way. There we go. Progress. Hopefully that delay won't cost us lives. Such a simple game, but it's so beautiful. Now, the graphics are really simple, but you can kind of imagine this being a real place. I love it. Alright, progress is being made. They're starting to move the supplies over. Yay, the hunting cabin is being built. We're nearly out of stone already. Okay, so we're gonna need to throw a couple of hunters in here. Start off with 2. And 2 gatherers. Now that should be enough food for our village. For now. We will be expanding later on, so we will need more. But that'll be enough to tide us over in these early days. Let's gather some more resources, because we're all out and we still have houses to build. Take one of those builders out. We'll put him in as a forester. Should we use 2 foresters? And hopefully we'll get those houses built soon. We'll have to get a storage barn built pretty soon as well. For now we're living out of a cart. But that won't be good for long term. See, how much food have we found so far? That's this one, right? Yeah, we found some berries, mushrooms, roots, and onions. Very nice. And our hunters, they got a little bit of venison and some leather. But we're getting houses built. Then once we have everybody homed and the food supply taken care of, we can relax a little bit. We need to get the houses built before winter. You see we're in summer now. Late summer. We need to get everybody homed before winter hits. Because winters can get really cold. And we don't want people freezing to death. I would go so far as to say that that would be the opposite of what we want to do. We want everybody to be nice and toasty and warm. And live long and very happy lives. Let's gather up this stone here. I need some more trees as well. Let's get everything that's over there. So we need to get those last 2 houses built. We'll knock it up to ×10 speed, just for a little while. We're really just waiting on stone. It's early autumn. Looks like we're probably going to get these houses built just in time. Build it. Build your little hearts out. Slow down a bit. I don't like staying at the maximum speed for long, because things have a tendency of going bad very quickly. And if you're in ×10 speed, you might not notice the early signs. Like, for example, we don't have any firewood. So that house cannot burn wood to stay warm. That's going to be an issue. But we don't want to put the woodcutter, the firewood guy. What do you call him? I guess woodcutter is right. Because we want to keep as much trees around these areas as we can. So down here is where we're going to have our regular town. So if we were to run a road over here, and we can see, we can put a storage barn right about there. That's outside of the range of these guys. So they can drop off their goods down there, and we'll start our first area of town down here. We'll put a market square in there in a little while. We can't really afford a market square just yet, but that's where we'll put it. So this will be where our woodcutters and our blacksmiths and our clothiers, all that kind of good stuff live. This is just kind of a little village on the outskirts that'll provide food for all these guys. Our health is going down because we don't have a herbalist. We don't have somebody to go out and pick soothing berries and rub them in people's wounds. So we're going to want to get that soon too. And we're actually going to need more houses. Oh, that's bad. That's bad news bears right there. Let's just throw in some houses down here real quick. 3 more should be enough. We've got 3 homeless. They're probably not all adults, but let's assume they are. They are actually, so we are going to need 3 more houses. Well, some of them might get married and live in the same house. We'll see. But yeah, this is basically the game. We have to survive against the climate, not any kind of invaders. And I really like that. It's a little bit different. Most city builders, you know, not talking about SimCity here, but city builders like the Settlers and things of that nature usually have some kind of hostile entity you have to battle with. Not so in this one. And I like it. Somebody like to build our shit, please? It's quite important. We'll throw down the woodcutters as well while we're here. That one. So it's pretty big. Just throw it right across the road there. See a couple more builders in. More babies are being born. More mouths to feed. Let's put another hunter in. Another gatherer. You take 1 builder off. You always have to keep laborers. Laborers do things like moving raw materials to the place where things are being constructed. Without laborers, all your constructions will grind to a halt. So you want to make sure you keep a proportionate number of laborers, depending on the size of your town. You see here, up here it says we need 13 builders, but that would be if we wanted to build everything at once, which we kind of do. Well, we've got pretty lucky in that the winter has been mild. We're in late winter now, and we haven't really had any serious issues with people getting cold. I do think that's more luck than anything. We may have built these houses too far down. It's gonna be a little bit weird, I think. Where is... It's a storage. The market. Oh. It's lopsided. Okay, well, that's fine. We'll probably put the market back here. I'll just put that down, but we won't allow it. We'll pause it. Just so we know where it is. Now everybody is homed. We just need to finish off building our woodcutters, and then we'll start getting warm again. We'll chop down all the resources around where the market's gonna go, just to top off our supplies, kind of preemptively clear the ground. And we're gonna remove our storage cart, because we now have a storage shed for our stuff. We need to throw in a woodcutter. Start making firewood. I'm going to give him a couple of stockpiles next to his shop. Just one for now. Let's accelerate a little bit of time. We're not building anything, so we'll drop the number of builders down. Get another gatherer. You can see where our foresters have been planting some new saplings. Oh, and we're out of tools. We have a worker who doesn't have the tool. And that's a problem, because that will reduce their ability to work at full efficiency. And they'll be using their bare hands instead of a tool. So we're going to want to get a blacksmith set up here as well, fairly soon. Let's just let things simmer for a minute. Slow speed down a bit, because we're going to need to put in a herbalist. I think we'll just stick the herbalist way back in here. It's kind of out too far out of the way. We need to make sure they're surrounded by lots of trees, similar to the hunters and gatherers. Yeah, we'll just stick them back here. Why not? And whoever ends up being the herbalist can be sort of a creepy old lady who lives out in the wilderness that the kids are afraid of. She's always making potions and poultices and things. We'll just connect it on like that. That'll work. Works for me. We'll probably have to build another house over there for the herbalist. But now people are starting to get firewood in their homes. These people, they have potatoes and roots but no firewood. They'll get some firewood soon. Somebody will run off to the stockpile down here and pick some up. There we go. See? Everybody's happy. We'll need builders, of course, to build that herbalist. Throw in another forester. Oh, great. The woodcutter doesn't have a tool. You can see a tool there, but they don't really have one. They're using their bare hands to chop wood. That sounds really painful. Oh, it gets worse. Believe me, when your blacksmith doesn't have a tool, yeah, you imagine a guy beating on a red-hot, almost molten piece of metal with his bare hands to shape it into a tool. It doesn't sound pleasant at all. Throw another stockpile on the other side. Mostly because the woodcutters is an odd size. That just evens it up a little bit. No, we should really leave space for trees to grow. Make sure our place stays pretty. Because if your village isn't pretty, what's the point, you know? For that reason, later on, I like to put the foresters' lodges inside my cities as well, so they keep trees planted on open areas of ground. Just because it looks nice, you know? Who lives here? Kaiman. the woodcutter, with his labourer wife and their 1-year-old child, Warnie. Warnie. I want to slow time all the way down here, because we are at time. It's going to be it for this first episode of Banished. Let me know what you guys think. I specifically want to know if you want me to stop recording from time to time when nothing much is happening, because there can be long periods of nothing at all happening in this game. But if you just want to listen to me talk for hours and hours about nothing in particular, then I don't need to skip it. It'll be fine. Personally, I'd like to just keep recording the whole time, but that's just personal preference. It might mean the series is very slow and you guys might not like that, but yeah, let me know what you think. As always, I want to thank you all for joining me. As always, I have been the fish. See you next time.